Hello class, today we are moving on to the new sections, which will include some general information of contracts. This aspect of this will be reviewed in 3 units, unit number 5, 6, and 7. For unit number 5, you are ready to understand contracts and how to form it. This unit is also split up into 2 sections. The one we're going to cover at the moment is negotiating. This skill is quite necessary for parties who are in the negotiation to discuss and approve the agreements, provisions, or terms to set a complete contract. To begin with, I'd like all of you to concentrate on 6 targets of this session. The first one, you will bear the general points of what negotiation means. And based on the seminar in listening recording, you will know how a negotiation is conducted. The second one, after hearing the seminar, our class will understand the essential techniques should be explored in negotiation. These techniques should be sought for further use in the future. The next one, you will be in some discussion activities through which some relevant vocabulary and phrases will be discovered and reviewed. For listening skill, you will apply your knowledge and skill of listening for coping with some tasks. Understanding the general information of the whole seminar for deciding what the topics are, or getting details for answering the questions and taking notes. At the end of the session, you'll be having extra practice on listening, which requires you to fill in the gaps with missing information. And at this stage, a short writing will be delivered to you as well. First of all, you have to distinguish negotiating from negotiation. For negotiation first, you can consider negotiation as a strategic discussion that helps both parties find out the acceptance. In other words, you will try to persuade the other party to agree with provision or clauses you are stating in the contract. To process well this discussion, negotiating is regarded as a method that people use for reaching the ultimate agreement while avoiding arguments and dispute. In this case, negotiating is kind of method, and negotiation is describing a discussion. Due to this definition, I'd like you to look at the situation shown on the screen. This is to check how you use your negotiations ability in a certain case. If you are with your partner, go ahead discussing with him or her. Otherwise, you can work along in 5 or up to 10 minutes. If possible, read the situation carefully and take note any possibilities. Now, pause this video for working on this situation. Alright, thanks for your time, and I think each of you may have your own ways to process your negotiation. It is necessary to save your answer for further discussion with your partners, because I'm giving you a task in which you may reduce this activity. The next one is for discussion. In this session, I want all of you to bear in your mind the general view of the term negotiation. That's why Before going to the main part, you will have some time to answer this question. You will prepare your answer in details, particularly question number 3. The answer will be used to compare with the listening recording. And now, pause this video in 5 minutes for building up your answers. Alright, the question number 1, have you ever taken part in negotiations? Number 2, what do you negotiate about? And number 3, do you know any techniques for successful negotiating? In the listening recording, you will get some of the ideas that can support for your answer. However, number 1 and number 2 came from your own ideas. For number 3, you may have more ideas from the listening recording, then compare with your answers that you have taken note in your notebooks. Alright? Now, pause the videos in 5 minutes. Okay, thank you. Now, it's time for us to take a look at some vocabulary that will appear in the recording. And I think all of those may be got in the previous lesson. I mean, reading skill. And in this lesson, there's not many vocabulary in the recording, but I want you to review some of main or vocabulary according to this field. The first one, a contract template. This is a very familiar terms that you have in reading lesson. A contract template is commonly called form, precedent, or standard. Or simply, we can regard it this is kind of a paper with gaps or blank for you to fill in with details. For example, name, age, or date or number. The second one, timesheet. Timesheet is a list of terms of provision for etc., which may be added to the contract template during the negotiation. And the last one, horse trading. According to this term or according to the context you are going to be in the listening or recording, horse trading is kind of or can be regarded as a trading concession in which people make arrangements that provide both sides with advantages. Right? Now, if you have time, you can pause this video and return back and backward and forward to get the main ideas or the definition of these vocabularies again. You can take note for getting the main point of this vocabulary in your notebook. After understanding well the terms used in the recording, you're going to listen to a seminar about negotiation. Then complete the task as follows. All of the recording files are sent to you a few weeks ago. Pause the video at each task, then play the recording and finish task by yourself. The answer and transcript of the task are available in the back of your book. Do not open it until you finish on. Moving on to the first task, which is in the first part of the seminar. This task requires you to understand the topics covered in the seminar. This part could be in the beginning, so try to recognize the key points of each topic in the table first, then find them out while listening. pause the video in few seconds, then play it and complete it. Thank you for your cooperation. Remember to check the answers and in the back of your book. Now, next one. This task is in the second part of the seminar. Listen for the details, take notes, and answer the questions. Before that, please read all the questions in advance. You do not need to answer by copying exactly the words from the recording. Try to take note the main ideas and answer the questions by your own words. This task could be finished in 10 minutes after listening. That means you can play the recording files. After that, take notes while listening. Then pause the video. Pause the recording file. Then try to rephrase all the details or information in your notebook to answer this question in your own words. Okay? Now pause the video and play the recording file. The final task is an additional task for you, and it's not from your textbook. And I would like you to do this task because I want you to take note and solve all some of the information in your notebook for further use. Okay. The final task here is for you to listen to the second part again and take note some techniques that could be used in negotiation. Based on the list you would solve for further use as I've mentioned before. Some tips will be shown as in the example. You can check the answer by looking at the transcript in the back of your book. Now look at the suggested answer. These answers are retrieved from the recording. You have to listen to the second part again. Try to take note as much information as possible. Then write down in the list. After that, check the transcript later for double check your list. After that, save them as your references in the future. Okay, now on the screen there are two main points for you to solve. The first one, review existing terms and conditions. Take the time to consider what is not in the agreement but should be. There are a bunch of information relating to the tips in the seminar. Pause the video up to 10 minutes, play the recording again, then pick up the main points. Thanks for your time. And all of the tasks so far are for you to study by yourself at home. After getting some information of negotiation and practice listening with the seminar, I would like you to have to use more time to practice by yourself at home with more additional tasks. There are two assignments for you in this session. The first one, you have to write or write down something. The first one, now read the instruction of the homework. The first one is for you to use the points in the discussion at the beginning of the lesson. Please return this part, discuss with your partners, and share your discussion in paragraph. There will be 2 people in the paragraph, and please submit me before the deadline comes. Okay. Again, according to the instruction of the task, you will discuss with your partners, and a maximum number of people in your group is 2. All right. And after discussion, after sharing some points from discussion activity at the beginning of the session, you have to write out all of your opinions about negotiation. Then write them down in a paragraph. The number of words in this paragraph is approximately 150. And I will give you the date for completing this task later. Now, the last part of listening task, you will be given a recording about introduction to negotiation. Then, please read the glossary box first. After that, play the recording to complete the task. There are 2 tasks in total in this assignment. All of them should be finished and submitted to me before and on the date on the screen. Alright, now please look at the glossary box first. There are 6 words in total. I also give you some explanation here for you to be feasible to get the point from the recording. Alright, now after understanding them well, play the recording that I would send you. Try to finish the task as follows. The first task is for you to fill in the gaps with the missing information. Please read the instruction carefully, because in this case, you are limited in the use of words. All right. There are not more than 3 words for each gap. That's why try to listen to the recording carefully and fill in the blank. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 gaps in total for task number 1. Number 2, answer the following questions. Again, I don't want you to answer this question by limiting your number of words. Just write down or take notes any main points that can support for your answer. After that, write down your answer by your own words. And this is the date for you to finish this task. And I hope all of you can submit me before or on the date shown on the screen. And like something done before, I would send to your monitor the link that you can submit me directly. Okay. And after the lesson ends, try to finish the assignment, review the lesson, look back the transcript in the book, then practice listening by yourself. Thanks for your watching, and see you next video.